back to the Fallon Frequency Podcast, your space for that alignment, expansion, and unstoppable energy. I am your host and mindset mentor, Fallon, and I am so excited to have you here. Today, we are diving into the dance, the beautiful interplay between the masculine and feminine energies that live within all of us. We are talking structure and surrender, strategy and soul, that fire that moves you forward and that flow that keeps it sustainable. These energies are both necessary to bring that wild soul-led vision of yours to life. But when they're out of balance, that's when things feel off. That's when things feel forced and frustrating or just plain flat. So today's episode is really all about truly understanding these energies. What are they? How do they show up in your life or in your business? Signs that you might actually be leaning really too far into one, and when we need to rebalance them and when we need to integrate them for that real lasting momentum. It's juicy, it's grounded, and it's really guaranteed to give you this aha moment of okay, that's what's been off. That's where I've been going maybe too far in this direction. So we're talking about the energy, we are talking about the embodiment, and we are talking about the alchemy that happens when you bring these two forces into harmony. So our masculine energy, we'll start there. We're going to start with our sacred structure. Masculine energy isn't about your gender. It's about function. It's the sacred container. It is the doing. It is the direction, the driving force that is giving your vision legs to walk on. It's those wheels to roll. It is your fucking wings to fly. So I'm going to bring it into a little analogy here. We're going to talk about a riverbank, okay? So if you're picturing a flowing river, it's wild, it's powerful, it's fucking full of life. Now, without the riverbanks in place, that water, that wild, awesome, powerful water is flooding the field. It's spilling out in every direction. So yes, it's still moving, but it's going nowhere. Masculine energy is the riverbank, okay? It's the form that allows you to have that creative, intuitive, feminine water to flow with purpose and with power. Easy one, GPS system, your soul being the feminine, it's picking that destination, but your masculine is driving the car. Your masculine is the man taking the wheel. Without the masculine, you are just dreaming about the destination and you're just sitting there in the parking lot. So some key traits of a healthy masculine, so we can really start to recognize what energies at play. Our masculine energy, when it's healthy, that is like your logic and your linear thinking. It's this ability to create a clear path. It's reverse engineering your vision that you have. It's this beautiful planning and structure. It's the systems that you have in place. The masculine loves a game plan. It's not just the vibes, but it's like the action steps. Taking action and making those decisions. Decisiveness is the superpower here. It's not like, maybe later. It's like, let's fucking go. It's taking action, like I said, and making those decisions. Discipline and consistency. Staying with it, even when it's hard, even when it's boring, especially when it's boring. I talk about consistency. I spoke like a whole episode on consistency last week. So if you're looking for more consistency, jump into that one. It is providing the safety and the protection. It's creating that space for your feminine to fully express herself without the fear. It's this leadership and this momentum. It's the one who goes first, who moves the needle forward, who is not waiting for permission. If you are a powerful woman with a bold fucking vision, you are absolutely exercising your masculine energy already. And probably even more so, and maybe a little bit too much at times than you even realized. So our healthy masculine, we're going to talk healthy masculine energy here, is clarity. You've got direction. You're not like fuzzy. You know, you're very focused. This is like, we're not floating off into our daydreams. We know what we're building and we know why. You know, you're grounded in your power. So this is being rooted and anchored, but you don't feel stuck. You know, it's holding things without clinging on to them. You know, it's this beautiful supportive boundaries that you have, not walls that trap you, but the walls that kind of set you free, if that makes any sense. You know, healthy masculine, if we're talking about a house here, it's the scaffolding. You know, it lets that dream house get built. It's the train tracks that let a train move. It's the get it done energy, but you're getting it done with intention. It's not like obsessive energy. Okay, healthy masculine, we're thinking clear roads. We are thinking built bridges, sacred scaffolding. Okay, or if we're thinking of, you know, say you're CEO, you're holding a vision, you're leading your team, but you're leading your team with structure and you're leading it with clarity. Yes, you do have systems in place, but like you're not cold, okay? You might be a direct person, like very direct CEO, but you're still human. So you're grounded in your power and you're not powering over anyone else. So there's a really big difference when we have this balance here. Okay, but if we dive into the wounded and the more imbalanced masculine energy, just so we can recognize where we might be unbalanced. This is where things are going to get a little crunchy, so to speak. Masculine energy is off when it's like this just drive. It's like it's this overdrive. It's like it stops being supportive and kind of becomes like a prison almost. I mean, that's a little intense, but this is kind of how I look at it. It's hustling without rest. This is all doing and only doing. There is no being here. You're moving, but like you're not receiving. When you're hyper in control and you're obsessing over the how and you're forcing timelines, that is not trusting the divine timing at all. That is a wounded masculine. Micromanaging your life, micromanaging others, micromanaging all these outcomes the universe has for you. It's fucking exhausting. That is a wounded masculine energy. That burnout, rigidity, hyper independence. It's just like, I don't need help. I've got this. Even when it's very, very obvious that you do not got this. It's this emotional suppression. You're fine. When you say you're fine, like always fine, like I'm going to tell any of the males listening to this right now, when a woman tells you she's fine, she is not fine. Fine is not a great word. Fine means there's some storm underneath the surface. That is emotional suppression. So if you're using the word fine, it's not a good sign. And if you keep sweeping your emotions under the rug, your rugs, you know, it's going to be a lot harder to clean, and nobody likes cleaning rugs. It's that last one, like never feeling like it's enough. The finish line keeps moving. So does your nervous system. That is a wounded masculine. We are talking potholes and traffic jams, overbuilt concrete cities, no space to breathe, running a race that you don't even fucking remember signing up for. It's not leadership at all. It's actually control. And it's not momentum. It's like choking. It's like gripping. It's not devotion. You're like way too obsessed and way too wounded in your masculine. Okay? So yes, masculine, it's the energy that builds the runway, but without a vision, it's just motion without meaning. So I want that to land for you. Masculine energy does lay down the structure. It is the scaffolding. It is the foundation. It is the tracks for your train. But the vision, okay, is what gives it soul. So otherwise, you are literally just building for the sake of building or doing for the sake of doing. It's moving without a fucking map. So if you find yourself really busy, but like not fulfilled or super structured with no inspiration, or even like really grounded with where you're at, but you're not growing at all, that's a sign that you've kind of lost this beautiful, beautiful feminine thread. And that's what we're going to dive into next. So we've got our masculine, which we definitely need, but it's the feminine energy. This is where things get a little bit more juicy. The magnetic muse to this whole vision building. So yes, like I said, we need the masculine. We need some structure. We 100% need direction, clarity of our movement. But this is where things get a bit more juicy, you know? Feminine energy is not about being a woman, okay? It is the sacred force of being, of receiving, of trusting the unseen and tapping into the magic, that beautiful magic of the universe. She is the current under the surface. It's the spark behind every fucking bold idea. It's that beautiful flow behind every inspired move. And it's really the soul to your vision, the feminine. It is not pushing, she is pulling. She is not chasing, she is attracting. She doesn't control, she creates. She is the electricity behind the light. This is feminine energy. She is the muse, the magic, and the mystery all in one. Okay, so some key traits of your feminine energy. This is the beautiful creativity and emotional intelligence. When our feminine energy is flowing, it's like ideas are fucking raining on you and pouring it onto you, into you, and out of you. It's like you are so tapped in and so turned on and so turned up when your feminine is really key and strong. You know, the receptivity and magnetism. Like I said, things are just coming to you. That is people, ideas, synchronicities. It's like if the universe had this list, you were on the VIP list. Like your name is at the fucking top, okay? When you've got this beautiful feminine energy, super strong. Your intuition and your inner guidance. You feel so connected to your inner knowing. But even more than that, you actually feel held by the universe. You're in this like awesome co-creation mode. It's magic. You surrender and you flow and you allow. It's not like the kind of surrender that's like defeated, like you feel like you've been defeated. This is like this sweet divine kind. It's like where you're doing, but you're being led from a place of deep trust. And it's like this like I've got me feeling, and it's like I know I'm being guided. It's beautiful, nurturing, and compassion. This is not from depletion. Okay, I'll be very clear. This is from overflow. This is the sacred feminine gift, nurturing and compassion. It's that ability to hold and to feel and to care so deeply without abandoning yourself. It's this beauty and sensuality and presence. It's like, you know, those nights when you want to slip on a red dress, you've got the beautiful heels on, you know, you just feel like a walking around absolute fucking yes. That is feminine energy. That is her, fully expressed, fully radiant, fully you. The healthy feminine energy feels like spaciousness to me. It's like you're not grasping or needing, you just know it's coming. You have this beautiful spaciousness. You are trusting in timing. I talk about timing and trusting the unseen and having that faith. I go real deep on another episode, so jump into it if you're looking for more support there. It's like this whole idea of like, of course it's unfolding for me. I don't have to see it yet. I believe it. Like, of course it is. It's this magnetic attraction, you know, your light is on, your light is shining so damn bright, and your light's shining so bright that people see it and they feel it and they can't look away because you're something to look at. It's like when these opportunities find you, you know, you weren't reaching out, they came to you, they were attracted to your light. This deep connection with yourself and others, it's soul level intimacy. This is not surface level bullshit. Like, sorry. I'm going really deep on this episode. Feminine energy, when it's like these key components are really, it's really great to recognize, you know, because we need both. And a healthy feminine, like what I kind of wrote here is like orchestra of soul-led ideas. This hum of inspiration. I talked about your light shining super brightly. It's the lighthouse in the fog, so it's just shining. You can still see it. You can see it so profoundly. It's the song and the soul behind it, you know? It's the emotion and the movement. That feminine energy is the muse. the muse to your vision. So let's talk about when feminine energy is a little bit wounded or a little bit out of balance. This is when, the goddess gets tangled in her own waves. When the softness is kind of turning into a bit more self-sacrifice, and when our intuition is kind of turning into avoidance. This is the overgiving and the people-pleasing. I am a, recovered people-pleaser over here. A massive, massive difference between nurturing from your overflow and actually giving from lack. One, to me, is super radiant, okay? Where the other, like people pleasing, is resentful. You are not giving because you have an overflow. When you're wounded feminine as well, you're lacking structure, okay? You've got ideas, you've got the vibe, but you don't have that container, and you kind of like, you're just like floating around. You're really not anchored into anything. It's really also this waiting and this procrastinating. We've all been, I'm sure we're all victims to procrastination, but it's like this, you're caught in the, like, I'll do it someday, or I'll do it on Monday, or I'll do it when it's perfect, or when I feel ready. Perfectionism is fear in a prettier dress. I have talked about fear quite a bit. I bring it up, but perfectionism in particular, yeah, that is like procrastinating. That is you not taking the action. That is you just kind of making excuses, really. It's this emotional chaos and the mood swings, okay? I mean, we all get emotional sometimes. We all have seasons of different emotions, but emotions are sacred, and when they are balanced and they're leading, if they're not balanced, then they can lead everything and they can throw you really off course. I want you to feel them fully. I'm not talking about suppressing emotions here, but I'm basically saying don't let them drive the bus. When we are letting emotions run the show here, we're reactive, right? We're not coming from that higher place. So that can be a wounded and imbalanced feminine trait. And it's really that avoiding action. I like this one a lot because I talk alignment a lot in my world, but avoiding action in the name of alignment. Okay, so alignment, yes, is a great thing to have, but clarity is only going to come to you after you take the action. If it doesn't feel aligned, sometimes when people say that, they haven't even taken an action yet. So that's literally just fear again dressed up. It's like fear telling you not to do something because it's not aligned, but we don't know until we do it. So avoiding is what I would call that. That's avoiding, and that's a wounded feminine. And it's this feeling as well of being powerless or like super dependent. I don't know if it came from like society's conditioning or internalized beliefs, but the truth is, like, you are the source, okay? And you're born powerful. The feminine is not fucking weak at all. She is limitless. It's that whole song without lyrics. It's really like power with no outlet. And it's the energy that receives the vision, but it needs the support to stay, if your vision does not have support or a structure, what does it do? It stays a dream. We don't want our dreams to stay in la la land. We want our dreams in our reality. So the feminine is the dreamer, the one who feels that whisper of like what could be. She does see it and she does sense it and she holds it in her heart before anyone else believes in it. But without the support, without that structure, that dream just lingers, right? It's swirling around, it's waiting up in la la land, and we don't have it in our reality. The magic of these two is the integration. Let the feminine receive the vision, let the masculine build the fucking runway, and then let them take off together. Why does your vision need both? Okay. The secret sauce here is what a lot of people do miss, is your feminine energy is, like I said, downloading the vision. Your masculine energy is building it into form. So if we put it this way, okay, let's go into, I don't know why I'm on houses right now. We're on building houses right now. I want you to imagine you're building your dream home. The feminine is the architect, okay? She envisions that sun-drenched breakfast nook, the garden of lavender, that big bay window facing the sunrise. She is feeling the vibe and the flow. She knows where she wants to put all of her house plants. That's the feminine. The masculine is the builder. He is bringing in the crew. He is pouring the foundation. He's reading the blueprint and he's getting it done. But if the architect, if she keeps changing her vision, changing where she wants her windows, changing where the bedroom's going to be, changing where, anything is placed, the builder is never going to break ground. Okay. Nothing is going to get built. And the builder, same thing goes, the other direction. If the builder just charges ahead, like just fucking goes for it without a plan, without a blueprint, it does become a house, yeah, but not one that you actually want to live in. So we have to have both. And the problem here is most people are living in one extreme or the other. Okay, so we've got like this hyper masculine mode that so many of us have. It's this hustling, it's this proving, this always doing, never feeling. And they lose touch with the why. The why is so crucial. The why is what connects you to your vision. It's that joy. This is when burnout happens, okay? When we're in hyper masculine mode. Now, if we're on the opposite, floating in the feminine, journaling by the moonlight and dreaming big, waiting for that alignment, okay, but not actually moving, we're like just off manifesting, or we're saying we're manifesting, but we're not making it real. We are not bringing our up-leveled, new level self, new identity into this reality that we have right now. So it's the truth here, like they're not enemies, okay? We're looking at these masculine and feminine energies as soulmates. They are collaborators in your expansion. You need both. Feminine says to us, this is what's possible. Masculine says, let's fucking make it happen. Without the feminine, you're going to burn out chasing someone else's definition of success. And without the masculine, you're going to spin in circles waiting for, where's my sign? Like, where's the sign? I don't know what to do here. They're not opposites. They're really a power couple. Okay. If we're thinking of it like this, our vision, our dream destination, our next level, awesome, big ass dream is our feminine. And our action plan to get there, our GPS route, our our forward direction is our masculine. And you, my friend, are the driver. You are the driver that gets to bring it all to life. And in order to do that, you have to have your feminine and your masculine energies. And they have to be dancing together. An overactive masculine, like when I kind of talked about hyper mode masculine, but overactive is like, it's the car without the GPS. There is no direction. You are working hard. You are grinding it out. You are hustling, but you have no fucking idea where you're going. Like, why are you grinding it out? You're exhausted. You are disconnected, and you're kind of wondering why you feel so unfulfilled. Well, my friend, you are in an overactive masculine state. Same goes the other way. If you are in your overactive feminine, you've got the GPS. You've got your playlist all set up. You've maybe put some 90s throwbacks on, a crystal in your cup holder, and you haven't hit start. You haven't moved the car. You're feeling into it, but like you're still fucking sitting in the driveway. That does not get you anywhere. You are the main character, okay? You are the driver. You get to embody both the masculine and the feminine. Sometimes one leads, sometimes the other steps up. There's this constant dynamic dance, and your awareness of when to lean in and when to allow is what's going to make these energies so powerful for you. When you know how to hold both, when you honor both energies within yourself, that's when things start to move. That's how you're going to create lasting, effective, soul-aligned success. It's not from force. It's not from waiting, okay? It's this full spectrum embodiment of both energies. It's integration from power and from truth. So I really want you to start to think about how to spot the imbalance and find out who's actually leading the dance, okay? I've made it crystal clear here that you need both. You need your masculine and your feminine energies to activate your full vision. But the next step here is our self-awareness, because you cannot rebalance what you don't recognize. And get honest with yourself. Check in, like which one right now is running the show. You might be in that masculine overdrive. You know, if you're always doing, but you're feeling totally disconnected from your why, like it's like wanting to up level, wanting to change your identity, wanting to live our dream life, but we're not connected to our why. Like without it, you're just fucking gonna hit burnout. You know, if you're struggling to rest or even receive any sort of help, I know this one all too well before I changed identities here. My old identity was a people pleaser. I was a doer. And guess what? It did me no fucking favors. I can tell you that. Micromanaging every outcome. Trust issues with the universe. Yeah, like we need to not micromanage everything that's going on. That is going to kill our flow. It's going to kill our creativity. If your nervous system is fried, you know, you're in masculine overdrive. When you're pushing and your body is like telling you to pause, stop outsourcing your truth. Your body holds some deep, deep wisdom. I want you to start listening. If you're feeling guilty for taking breaks, I'm going to tell you right now, rest is not laziness. It is part of it. We have to have a calm nervous system in order to manifest anything. If you override your intuition with logic, ooh, this one. A lot of people do this in my world right now. And I want you to know that intuition is your inner compass. So stop fucking muting it. Okay? You can have logic, yes, but we're talking intuition here. This is when our masculine is in overdrive, is when we're only focused on our logic. Okay? So if we flip it now, thinking about when our feminine might be in the overwhelm. Okay? It's like you have big ideas, but no plan. We are stuck in la la land. We've got a Pinterest board, but we have no progress. We're not taking steps forward. You're waiting again for that alignment, but you're like not committing. Action equals clarity every single time. Action always helps you get clarity. Your resistance to discipline or structure, I've definitely been there. I've definitely tried to be like, I don't need this. I think we definitely all need a bit of structure. So catching yourself and pivoting and letting the masculine lead when it needs to can be a real, real big game changer for you. Saying yes out of guilt, that's, you know, a big one. Maybe in my books, maybe it's like my age, or maybe it's just like maturity as I've gotten older, but I definitely don't say yes to everything anymore. Maybe to me is like a no. If I'm not like a fucking hell yes, then I'm probably not into it. I want you to start protecting your energy like it's sacred, because it is. You're emotional, but you're ungrounded. That's feeling deeply, but you're not rooted down. That's an overwhelmed feminine. If you're stuck in the dreaming and not doing, overwhelmed feminine. If you are romanticizing things with ease and you're just completely avoiding responsibility, that one is also like overwhelmed feminine. I want you to realize when we're taking big visions and dreams that you're the driver, and a radical responsibility for your choices and your awareness and everything going on in your life is a non-negotiable, okay? You are responsible for your outcomes. Now, I want to just bring it in with the integration of these two powerful energies and how that's when the true vision becomes activated. This is the turning point, okay? The part where you're stop like picking sides, what I should do, masculine or more feminine, and really stand in the full spectrum of both of those powers. Easiest analogy here, we've all heard it. Your vision is a seed. Why? It's super easy to explain this concept. The feminine is your soil. It's the sunlight. It's this gorgeous, nurturing presence, okay? The masculine is your gardener. It's the one who is showing up daily, watering it, protecting it, giving it that structure to thrive. Without both of these energies, the seed is either going to dry up or it's going to drown. You know, but when both of these energies are in harmony, the seed is going to root, it's going to grow, and it's going to bloom into something real, something soul aligned, and something wildly beautiful. So I want to let that land for you. When your masculine energy holds space for your feminine genius, you create from this overflow, not from force. And when your feminine intuition guides your masculine action, you're moving with divine precision. The integration looks like, you know, taking action, not just motion for motion's sake. It's like holding structure so your creativity can flow. Your creativity will flow more when it has a safe container to do so. You know, it's the rest without losing momentum. Micro steps forward still count. Trusting both the vision and the process. This one, a hard, very, very challenging one. But my God, when you trust the vision and the process, this is when the magic happens. You're bold and you're surrendering, embodying the grace and the grit. You know, this is what I mean when I talk about consistent creator energy. It's that kind that births real results. It's this how flights happen. It's how we master our frequency. So you're not here to just visualize the dream. You're here to bring it to life, okay? I want to remind you that you are the vision. You are the vessel. You have both the softness and the strength. You are the blueprint and the builder. You do not have to choose between being soft and powerful. You get to be both. You do not have to choose between dreaming and doing. You get to be the dreamer and the doer. That's the fun part. This is the energetic balance that activates your next level. And if you're ready to start moving, like future you is already here, if you're ready to be in that room where this becomes your new normal, that's exactly what my mentorship is built for. We play in the masculine and the feminine energy every freaking day. So again, absolute pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly love sharing this space and this energy with you all. If this message landed today, please shoot me a DM, tag me, tell me what hit, tell me what landed. I love hearing from you. If it resonated, please share it, subscribe it. Let this energy get out there to more listeners. And I will love and leave you all there. I will catch everyone next week. Bye.